Berserk 1997, episode 20. This is a really wild episode, but somehow it feels very comforting to me. At the very beginning of this episode, we get to see that there is some sort of fighting tournament going on. I was a little confused here because I'm like, wait, where even are we? And then we get to hear about this powerful opponent, and Guts makes his way in to fight him. And he actually ends up beating him. Where it continues from here, it starts to make a lot more sense on what's happening. Guts' journey continues where we get to meet someone known as Goddard, who is a blacksmith, as well as a young girl named Erica that lives with him. In a way, we kind of get to meet a connection to Guts from the past of this blacksmith, as well as that he lives out in the middle of nowhere, and this is where Guts tries to find himself using his sword. This is due to this being the only thing that Guts knows. There's definitely a lot of training in this, but there really is these powerful words that Goddard was telling Guts. Well, it's really just one simple word, and it all comes from Guts asking Goddard on why he became a blacksmith. This is what we hear from him, that he's known this his whole life, even before he could ever walk. And then he uses this word called sparks, the sparks flying over and over again, and that just connects into Guts' mind, because whenever the swords would collide, they would also spark. At this point, everything including the training as well as this talk, it's been a year's time pass. And now Guts is finally ready to make the next part of his journey. As Guts is about to set off to leave, this is when a random horseman comes running at Goddard's place to try and order some swords. This is when he brings up the Band of the Hawks and talks about how they have a female commander. This is how Guts learns that Griffith is no longer with them and Casca has took the lead. Not only that, but they are going to be attacked that night. We now go to the ending portion of this episode, so we get to see the new Band of the Hawks. They are badly hurt. This is because all along they've been on the run since after Griffith got captured. Not only that, but we also get to learn that they had a bunch of people desert them, and we get to see inside of Casca's tent what's going on. She's very nervous, and we get to learn more about what happened to Griffith. They ended up locking him up in the dungeon. He was making sounds, but it suddenly just stopped, and now their plan is to try and save him, but they have to get through now. And it's like during all that, we get to see how Casca's very upset, and they get attacked. Things start going down, the tent got caught on fire, Casca is dragged out into battle, and she gets thrown back down into the ground. This is when we end it off on something huge. Casca gets saved by Guts by kicking away the person that was attacking her. And he calls her out, be like, hey, what's going on, Captain? So to save the day is dependable Guts. Overall, I was very happy with this episode. It just really makes you feel good that Guts finally has the time to find himself. Not only that, but he is back in with the Band of the Hawks, at least helping him out. And we want to see Casca and Guts just because there is that romantic spark that does have her interest. With all that, I rate this episode a 9.6. I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on Berserk 1997, episode 20. Hope you guys stay safe. Until next time, peace out, guys.